I like all types of music. My favorite, not musical theater, some might think.
It isn't.
I think pop.
But
Actually, did you do that Spotify thing? With
Yes.
the year-end roundup where they tell you what your favorite song
Yeah,
was?
what was yours?
Can you believe this? It was Harry Styles. I can't believe it. I feel so old and silly. It was Harry Styles' song, Grape Juice.
What?
Grapefruit?
Grapefruit.
Grape juice?
Yeah, I think grapefruit.
One of those. I mean, he can't have a song called Grapefruit and Grape Juice. So it's one of those songs. Starts with a grape, ends with a, I don't know, you tell me. What's happening?
Grapefruit. I think it's grapefruit. What does it mean? What does it mean?
I don't know, but
Harry
I love that
Styles?
like 70s kind of, that was just a great album. Like I
Yeah?
listen to the song a lot. At the gym, I like pop music. How about you?
So I have a crazy, So first of all, in my 40th year, I will become a DJ.
Oh, I bet when I went to, Christy is multi-talented, like multifaceted, does so many things. Party planning, producing. I mean, the schools, the Columbia, the education you've had, acting. So many things.
Thank you, baby.
But when I went to that party, that PodCo party in Austin, yeah, it was like blown out. But the best thing was your DJing. It was like 90s music mixed with current music.
Yes.
And you were fabulous. You were DJing.
Thank you.
And without DJing, without it letting it distract you and without it letting take you away from the what?
I love this.
Well, it wasn't taking you away from the party. You were able to mingle, make sure people were getting to know each other, introducing each other to people, but also keeping the music flow going, which is like nearly impossible.
Oh my God, you see me.
I see you.
I love that.
see you.
I want to see you more too.
You know what I see actually?
What do you see?
Tale as old as time.
Oh shit.
It's this dress.
It
Doesn't
is,
it
isn't
remind you
You're
of the
right.
big
This
gold
is-
Beauty and the Beast
Oh
dress?
my God. Do you remember how many pounds the bottom
30.
of it was 30?
30 pounds.
Wow. Why was it 30? Just the piping on, or not the piping, but the
It was just,
frame.
the frame heavy and like the way they wanted it to turn and stay in one piece.
Do you remember?
It had a
You
mind
had to
its
kind
own.
of like, you had to kind of shimmy one way so that the dress would move. I remember that. And I was also sitting, you do the quick change into it and you step in the back of the,
And then it goes on the...
and they zip you up, and then you have to take it. I'd never forget this. They're like, this is exactly how you have to do the dress. If you damage the dress, it was like a big deal because they recycle the dresses. They don't just like make a new dress.
Oh, totally. Susan Egan tells this story about how the dress cost more than her salary, her yearly salary.
Guarantee it.
Oh, for sure. It was like the funniest thing. She was like, this dress costs more than my yearly salary.
That's so. How much did it cost? Do you remember?
I don't know, but she was like probably, I think she was like 19 or something when she did that.
Really? I was
they
19. I thought I was the youngest.
Oh, maybe that was you then. Excuse me. Maybe she was in her young 20s.
Yeah. She was young.
Yeah, 20, maybe 21.
Ah.
And, just starting out on Broadway, her first Broadway gig. So they were probably paying her, a normal
Did she
minimum
win the
wage.
Tony for it?
Not minimum wage, but you know what I mean. No. I wonder if she was even nominated. I should know that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Also, I don't care about awards and they don't mean anything to me. So whatever.
We've established the awarding.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm just kidding.
But so you would literally have to drop down, pick it up.
I remember.
Yeah, and then you'd have to pull it up and then walk up the stairs so that when the lights illuminated you in the golden dress.
It was terrifying. What was your favorite scene, your favorite moment when doing Beauty and the Beast? I don't know if we've talked about this already.
No, really, yeah.
I loved being in the library.
Oh,
you know
too. That pink dress.
Yeah.
Was that your favorite dress?
Favorite dress,
I loved
absolutely.
that dress.
And I loved my back facing the audience. Like it was the first time I could be on stage and turn away and sort of be in my own world. And
yes, that was a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
It also was a beautiful scene, like Beast and Belle. Like really, it was like the only time you could really act groundedly, except that you were acting next to an animal.
Right.
Yeah, so that was that. You'd have to really force your belief in falling in love with an
Nothing against
animal.
beasts, you know?
No, but you are. It is, no offense, animal
bestiality.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah. So some people are like, that's
worse than
weird.
incest, I'd say.
Like, why are we normalizing it? But it's hard not to be like, aw, he's really cute.
I know. Like, did they do it before he became a prince? No.
Yeah,
No. Or did
maybe.
they? Like, here's what.
Yeah.
They had the thoughts.
They did have the thought.
They had the thoughts. She didn't know he was going to turn into a human.
I'm sorry, I literally just
She did
spit
not know
on
he was going to
myself.
turn into a human.
No.
I wonder what she thought at night. Like, oh my God, I'm in love with an animal.
He's furry, but
what am I going to do?
I'd tap it though. You know what I mean?
What am I going to? This is going to be not only the most painful experience of my life.
So they had the thoughts, and that's what's kind of funny.
Exactly.
But it still works. There's this thing where people are like, like Gargoyles. There was this animated TV show called Gargoyles.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not gonna lie, like some of those gargoyles were hot.
Oh, totally.
Some people think like they laugh about how like Lightning McQueen was kind of hot. Like there's like, or the Lady and the Tramp, like the when you're growing up, you think weird thoughts.
Totally. I mean, at least Belle and the Beast were having conversations. It's not like he was silent like normal animals are.
Like growling.
Yeah. Maybe he complimented her so much. She was like, I guess we're doing this. Well,
didn't you say that one of the bar was so low that you're like, my only requirement for somebody is that they're nice to me?
Yeah, remember that, Jono? What did it with Jono? Well, he was really kind. He was nice to me. He was just nice to me.
He was just nice. He didn't do anything that. My God, what a random thought. Okay, so you asked me. We were talking to somebody who was a voice actor, E.G. Daly, another time. She's awesome and big friend of the pod and PodCo in general. And so E.G. is, a very accomplished voice actress, and you and I were all talking about, you've got to be a good singer if you can use your voice in different ways. And then that got me thinking about the audiobook world.
Oh, yes, that's right. And
I thought you could absolutely do audiobooks.
Oh, I would be good at so would you? I would be great though. You're right.
Yeah,
they're hard though. You think you'd be great, but it really is about tone, volume.
Same.
Just like this. This is a perfect example. I haven't read it, but Michelle Williams doing Britney Spears' book.
Wild.
I hear she's
brilliant.
a wonderful actress.
Yeah.
And I hear that she really comes across as sort of as Britney, but not. You know what I mean? Like the perfect balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that almost makes you want to listen to it. You know
What's
what I
the
mean?
last book on tape? Why did you sexy book on tape? Okay.
All right. So here's what happened. So I wasn't working so much in the traditional voiceover space, but I missed it. I mean, I really do love voice acting. And so I got,
What were the hours like for Kim Possible when you were doing that? Did you love that? Like, was it every day?
So when I was doing Even Stevens, I would do Kim Possible on the weekends.
Shit. On the weekends?
Yeah.
Are you even allowed to work?
I don't know. Somehow that worked out that way.
How old were you?
I was 16. No. I was 16 when Even Stevens started. It was my birthday, that's first day of shooting. And then I think I was about 17 and a half, which felt like dog years at that point,
Of course.
And then they were like, hey, this is happening. And then
So you did it
that
on the
started
weekends?
until
Are you
I was
even allowed to work that
honestly,
many
I worked
hours?
on Kim until I was 21. So that was and that was only 3 seasons, right? You guys banged out 3 seasons probably in a couple years, right?
No, from That's Raven.
Yeah.
Can you believe this? We did 1 season and then we were off for an entire year. We were sure we weren't coming back.
Yeah.
Then they brought us back and then it would take a long time. There were long hiatuses. But anyways, the whole thing, we did 5 seasons. The whole thing took about 7 years.
Yeah.
So anyway.
7 years? That's wild.
It was 15 to 22.
Do you feel like you looked vastly older, when you first started?
Oh, for sure.
Interesting.
Sorry, so you were doing Kim Possible on the weekends. What was
yeah.
filming? What was recording that?
It's just a
long
session.
hours? Oh.
Not really.
Oh.
No, really not. It's a really easy gig.
And every line, 1 time, 3 times? How many times they make
So
you
it's
say a line?
great 3 times. You do it 3 different ways.
Okay,
And then they take the one they like the most.
Exactly, okay.
And then, and then they have something as an alt. And then you have ADR once it's gone to Asia, been animated and come back.
Wow.
Yeah, so it takes a while. So ADR sessions happen, when you'd otherwise be on hiatus. Okay. But really the sessions are so easy and you get, initially the money's not good. You get paid per session and it's scale. And then we had some, folks in our cast demand that we got double scale and triple scale every season that we got greenlit, we'd get double it or something.
Okay.
And so that was really nice when you think about it. That it was. I don't even know if I should say who it was, but that person was advocating for all of us, and I think that's really great when people can come together and be like, "Hey, this is what we need because we know that this is a hit. We know there's a lot of money being made for that." So they treated us pretty fairly. I don't know if it were to get rebooted, if where our rate would be. You know what I mean? It'd be like, well, is it a reboot or is it a whole new,
spin-off?
Yeah, what do you do? I don't have a theory and I don't have a thought on that.
Okay.
Really, truly.
I don't even have a single fucking thought.
I'm not even going to think about that.
Okay, so sexy.
So sexy audiobooks. So basically what happened was I hadn't worked in a while with the voice acting. I missed it. I was like, well, I could do this. And I kind of fell into it. Somebody were like, Christy, can you do this one? And then they kept calling me from Audible. And so when they called me, they'd be like, hey, this is a female protagonist that sounds like Kim Possible. And they'd be like, she's on adventure. She's like the female Indiana Jones. And then there was one that was a little sassier. And then they were like, so there's a female protagonist who's in love and it's a little bit more romantic. Okay. Slippery slope. Kind of like porn. You heard about this?
Porn can be very slippery.
what happens with porn sometimes and sex work in general.
Yes, do tell me what happens with porn.
So from
Christy, you would know.
I don't
do
know.
tell. Give us all the gossip.
I do not know. I only know Audible.
DP. I know. I'm sure you're so good at DP.
No, Audible. The company. I love it. You're razzing me. I just love it. I love it. It gets me going.
I bet it does. Oh, I bet it sure does.
So get this.
Yeah.
So I start doing these like romantic, like from the female, like what do they call them? Like Harlequin novels.
Okay.
But at first they were really tame. And then slowly but surely they got wild. Like
why? What were some things?
like there were
Can you even
sex.
say it on here?
I wish I could read one of the ones I did, and I actually went by a fake name. I ended up getting a fake name after like the second or third one because I could see where they were going, and I was like, I don't want my name associated with this much
You
raunch.
guys know I work at Disney, right?
Yeah, or like in general, I was pregnant, and that's when I started realizing I had to stop doing them. I had this big belly, and I was in this studio, and I was like, and his girth pressed against my jeans in the hot summer night, and I was like. And then he took me from behind. I know, but women love this stuff. There's like an entire app dedicated to Harlequin novels.
Absolutely.
And like I totally get it, but like, and so I don't know what to say. Like they were steamy. At first I was happy to be providing the service for women. And I was
bet
like,
you were happy to provide a service.
Stop it. Stop it.